Hey, it's Jason here, and in this video, we're going to talk about what to say to get a lender to give you the capital you need to do your deal. But before we get into it, I want to talk about two really important items. Number one, I would present a financial model of your deal that shows that your deal freely cash flows after debt service. If you need a financial model, you can go to jasonpaulrogers.com, simply enter in your email, and I will give you the very financial model we use to analyze deals. This is a model you can use to show the lender, and it will help you basically build some credibility for your deal. Okay, so a financial model is one item I would have. And the second item I would have is basically the equivalent of a deck or a PowerPoint or basically a presentation that outlines the main reasons why your deal makes sense, the main reasons why your deal is a winner, and we're going to discuss those reasons in this video. So stay tuned, watch to the end, and let's get into it. How to sell your business plan to a lender. Really important topic to discuss here, because at the end of the day, getting a lender to buy in on you and your deal is really going to get you between 60 to upwards of 90% of the capital you need to make a business acquisition or to buy a cash flowing asset. Again, this could be a cash flowing business or it could be a cash flowing property. How do you get the lender to buy in? First thing we have to talk about is, what is the lender really looking for? What is a lender looking for? At the end of the day, you have to remember, a lender does not get to participate in the upside of the deal. The lender does not participate in the upside. Rather, the lender is looking to ensure that you repay the loan with interest. The lender is focused on downside mitigation. And so this has to be top of mind in all of your communications with lenders. Investors are different. Investors are looking for appreciation, upside, ROI. They're looking for the home run. You think of the guys that invested in Uber back in 2012, whenever it was, and they 500x their money. That's not a lender. So remember that first and foremost. But let's get more tactical now, okay? What do you really want to focus on when you're discussing your deal with a lender? First thing I always focus on, and it's especially important right now in these times, focus on the industry and why your industry is recession resistant. Why is your deal going to cash flow irrespective of the economic conditions that you'll find yourself in? I would focus on the industry for this. I would focus on the microeconomics of the specific region from which your business is located. Okay, and then I would also focus on, just in general, how are you as the operator going to ensure that irrespective of supply chain issues, a certain virus that could float around, whatever happens as far as politics, whether it's a red wave or Democrats are in office, whatever happens, how are you going to ensure as an operator that you keep everything going, you keep your cash flow above the base amount needed to repay your loan? Remember, lenders are focused on downside mitigation. So everything you want to do should be talking about how to ensure you're going to repay your loan with interest. Talk about the industry, talk about the local geography and how you're going to make sure that that's the right play and why it's the right play. Talk about how you as the operator are going to really be successful in managing and handling whatever problems come to mind. I would really double down on how you're going to create cushion in your deal. Cushion in your deal. How are you going to add 20 to 50% more earnings in the business in the next 6 to 18 months? Because when you can take that DSCR, that debt service coverage ratio, from 120% to 180%, the lender is so much more comfortable and you're so much better insulated. Now let's back up. What is DSCR? DSCR is, again, debt service coverage ratio. It's basically how much free cash flow do you have left over as the borrower after you make your debt payments and all your other expenses each month. And so if you have 120% DSCR, that means after you pay your $100 loan, you have $20 left over. If you have 150% DSCR, that means after you pay your $100 loan, in the example here, you have $100 worth of a monthly loan to make, then you have $50 left over. 200% DSCR, you make a $100 loan, you have $100 left over. You get the gist. You can Google DSCR for more information. But how do you increase that DSCR? In talking about DSCR, talking about debt service coverage ratio, that should be a key part of your conversation. You should be talking as well about cash flow cycle. Okay, how are you going to position your business in a way whereby even if things slow up a little bit, even if you have a customer that's not paying their bills in time, how are you going to make sure you keep enough cash in the operating account to ensure that you can always be solvent? And equally, this is where you actually flip it back on the lender. Speaking of that, Mr. Lender, I think including a line of credit in this deal would make a lot of sense here, because if we have a line of credit we can draw on in the event of some short-term challenge we go through, we're going to ensure we stay solvent. We're going to ensure we stay in a position where we can make payroll, where we can make our loan payment, where we can pay our vendors, and so that we can continue to generate revenue, which is going to in turn ensure we can make our monthly loan payments. That, in a nutshell, is what I would advise somebody who's really getting started in this game of pitching a lender and securing the bag from a lender. You really want to focus on downside mitigation and also see what you can do as far as the collateral piece of the puzzle. Does your deal have real estate? Can you partner with the SBA so that the government can back a lot of the financing? What can you do to reduce the risk for the lender? The SBA partnership is a great play. If there's collateral in your deal, that's a great play. If you can have the lender pledge the aged receivables, if you're in a business that has a lot of aged receivables, have the lender collateralize the AR so that you have an additional asset to collateralize. Look, lenders are not entrepreneurial. They want certainty. So the more collateral you can give them, the more comfortable they're going to feel. Okay? With that in mind, look, there's more we can talk about. If you want me to make another video about this and go deeper, we can. But for now, I just want to say, if you want to learn how to buy businesses, consider going to jasonpaulrogers.com to learn more about how I can help you do just that. I've helped clients in a number of sectors. I'd love to help you as well. And then likewise, if you don't want to do the hard work, but you'd rather just invest your capital and get a high rate of return, go to brighterutilities.com and explore how we can work together there. You have to be an accredited investor for that one. And then very lastly, I want you to think about this with a bank. Perception matters. How you dress, how you speak, how you write, how you conduct yourself. It's really important that you conduct yourself like a professional, like somebody who's been there, done that, and who deserves to receive the finance. Even if it's your first deal, you want to speak with a level of certainty that you know what you're doing. And it's great too if you have strong advisors that you've talked to and worked with who are assisting you. It's great that you're watching a video like this and that you're still watching at this point in the video, because by understanding finance, by understanding the key terms of finance, I made a recent video here talking about five key terms to know about as far as financing your deal. But by speaking the language of finance, by having great advisors, and perhaps by even bringing an advisor with you if you meet a banker or a lender in person, and again, as well, of course, speaking like a professional, speaking in a professional manner, in a grammatically correct manner, looking sharp. You're not showing up to a bank presentation wearing khakis. You're wearing a suit and a tie. You look good. You speak well. You write well. These are the extra things that really matter, because a lender will basically, when you're talking to a lender, they will basically have almost like an interview form. And each lender has a slightly different one, but they basically have an interview form, and they're going to be grading you. Just understand this. They're basically going to be grading you. They're going to be grading you on how you speak, how you look, how competent you seem. They're going to be grading you based on the deal, the industry. They're going to be judging you based on your personal cash flow, your personal net worth, those things. And while you can't change necessarily, although you of course can improve your credit score ahead of time, you can improve your personal financial situation ahead of time. Once you're actually applying for the loan, those things are fixed. But how you dress, how you speak, how you conduct yourself, those things are really points that you can get in your favor, where you can tilt it. If it's 50-50, but you look good, speak well, talk like a professional, that can be the thing that tips you over the edge and helps you get the finance. All right, that's it for this one. I'll talk to you in the next video. By the way, if you haven't yet, subscribe to the YouTube channel right here, right now. Hit that notification bell, and I'll talk to you in the next video.